Next time you venture out to your local thrift store, don't pass by the glass lampshade section without grabbing yourself some of these. So I picked up 2 of the frosted glass lampshades and I took them home and gave them a good clean. They were a little dinged up and scratched, but with a little bit of soap and water, they cleaned up super nicely. And then after I let them fully dry, I came in with an acrylic paint marker and I used just my free hand to draw on some black eyes. So I did 2 eyes right next to each other and then I drew on a little mouth underneath. Now I started with a little smaller circle and I decided it looked a little weird, so I decided to make the circle just a little bit bigger, but you can totally experiment with different faces and really make this project your own. I did 2 of the lampshades. One, I put little eyelashes on to make it a little more girly. And then after that was done, I came in with some beautiful checkered fall ribbon and I made a bow. So for my first bow, I just wrapped the end of the bow around, pinched it in the middle, and then wrapped the other end around and secured it with a little bit of floral wire, making sure to tie it tight. And I left the tails on this bow a little longer. And then I used some super glue to affix it to the top of the lampshade. So this is the one with the eyelashes. Then for the other one, I made a simple little bow tie just by folding the ends over on each other, pinching it in the middle, and then wrapping it with some floral wire as well, nice and tight, right in the center to pinch it together. I fluffed out the ends, and then for this one, I used some super glue and I attached it to the bottom part of the lampshade. This is the project finished here. I put some tea lights in my cupboard and then put the lampshades over top to make these adorable farmhouse ghosts out of recycled lampshades. I think this idea is super easy and super cute, and you can really make this project your own.
We're going to begin with 4 6-inch pots. Then what we're going to do is we're going to spray paint them. So we're going to place some cold glue all the way around the surface of this, and then we're going to take our second pot and stack it just like that. I also painted a version in this gloss green. Now we have some cold glue on top of the buttons, and now we can place them right to the pot. So that is going to simulate our eyes. Of course, this is cold glue, so you do want to make sure it cures for about 24 hours before placing this outdoors. Now we're going to place our second eye, just like so. So for the hair, I have some orange yarn, and I think this would be kind of colorful and whimsical and fun. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our yarn and we're going to fold it over a bunch of times. So let's just see how long we want our hair to be. And I think that's a good length, about 14 inches or so. Then we can move our pot, and all we have to do is just continue to gather up our yarn, and then we can cut the ends once we're finished. So we're going to want to do this a bunch of times. Once you have your desired amount of hair, you're going to cut it off. And then we're going to cut a length of yarn, and we're going to tie this right in the middle. And that's going to keep all of our hair secured. Now what we can do is we can cut off all of the ends. So we're just going to go throughout and make sure they're all snipped so each hair is individual. Now we're going to feed that yarn through the middle of the head until the hair is just sitting on either end. Now that we have our body in place, all we're going to do is add some of that cold glue to the surface and then place the head right on top with this extra piece of yarn, with the glue in between this to keep the hair in place. We also painted little arms, and we're going to just secure those right to the side and place an arm on the other side. Now we're going to take this adorable dollar store hat and place it right on top to finish off our witch. And I think for $1, that was the perfect finishing touch, as now our witch is complete. And how cute did this turn out, you guys? What an inexpensive project. And here is how it turned out, you guys. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to place this in my home, but I wanted to quickly show you how it looks outside. I think this is absolutely awesome as yard decor. Very inexpensive, very easy to do, and the perfect decoration. So think for other seasons and holidays too. You can do a Santa, you can do a ghost, you can do so many different things.
I'm ready to decorate for fall. How about you?
Best way to start getting the label off is to soak it in some hot water.
I have my Tide Pods container and I've painted it. Kind of looks white here, but it's really a cream color. And I'm going to take a tan paint, just paint that right on. And now I have some paint pens, some acrylic paint pens, and I am going to give this guy a face. I'm going to give him some eyes, a couple eyelashes. And now I want to give him a really big smile. And then we're going to give him an orange nose. I'm going to give him a little bit of a rosy cheek.
And I just want to give her some little pupils in here. So there we go.
You're gonna take some raffia like this, and then you're gonna pull out one string of it, and you're gonna tie it really tight, and I wrap it around twice and tie it really tight, and then just cut this off like so, then kind of bend it. I've got my glue gun, and I'm gonna start right up here at the top, and you're gonna make several of these little bundles like this. We're gonna give her some more straw all the way around. So you can see that there is no exact way you have to do this. Get creative and make your scarecrow what you want her to be. But in the back, I wanna just put these up under the edge. So you can see how I glued those all the way across the back. I'm gonna put her hat on and turn it around and show you the final reveal. How cute!
These broken rackets were no longer useful, so I thought it would be fun to turn them into something charming for fall. I started this project by cutting off the handles of the rackets. With the rackets cut and ready to go, it's time to grab some paint. I'm using orange paint, and I'm going to cover both the wood and metal frames as well as the racket strings. The chalk paint I'm using should have no issues sticking to it at all. The frames and strings will need 2 coats of the orange paint. For the top of each racket, I'm going to paint it using the same paint but in brown. I want to make sure and paint the sides as well so there's nothing showing. While the paint is drying, I want to make some vines. I'm going to pour some clear glue into a container and drop some of this thick jute twine into it. I want to completely soak the jute twine in the clear glue so that it's all covered. I can squeeze out the excess glue with my fingers. To get the shape I want for the vines, I'm going to wrap the gluey twine around a dowel rod and then leave them overnight to dry like this. Now that the glue is all dry, I want to pop the twisty vines off the dowel rod. How cute are these? For the largest of the rackets, I want to do something a little different. I found this great chunky yarn in a beautiful fall color, and it's going to be perfect to fill in the middle of the racket. I've slipped the end of the yarn through a large needle, and I'm going to thread the yarn in and out down the row of the racket. To keep the ends of the yarn in place, I'm adding a dab of hot glue to the back at the top and the bottom. I'll keep filling in the rows until they're all filled with the yarn. To finish off the top of the rackets, I have some old bark that I want to add to that part. It's going to be great to add some texture and contrast. Some hot glue will keep the bark in place, and it'll cover up the tops of the rackets. It's time to add the vines and finish these off. I'm just going to snip the vine in half and then hot glue one end behind the bark piece. I'm so excited to finally be able to use these old rackets. These pumpkins are perfect to leave up all fall and look so cute sitting on the shelf. I hope this has inspired you to turn your old rackets into some fall pumpkins as well.